A billionaire was so obsessed with swimming that he built a hanging pool on the 18th floor of a skyscraper just so he could swim for half an hour every night before going to bed. But this extravagant indulgence would eventually become his downfall. After carefully studying the pool, Mike quickly spotted its fatal weakness. He bought an air decompression device and secretly hooked it to the pool's air pipes. While the billionaire was swimming, Mike pressed the remote in his hand. Within seconds, the air between the glass panels began to decompress, and the bottom pane instantly shattered. Sensing danger, the billionaire frantically swam toward the edge, but it was already too late. He plunged from the 18th floor to his death, but he had it coming. This billionaire was actually a terrorist who had planned an attack in London just days earlier. Mike's wife had been there on business and was taken hostage by the terrorists, brutally killed by 4 of them. When Mike learned of his wife's death, he was consumed with grief and swore revenge. Using his contacts in the intelligence agency, Mike pulled all the surveillance footage from his wife's murder and used his expertise to uncover the true identities of the 4 killers. He traveled to Paris, choosing to start with the woman among them. Following her discreetly, he found out she had asthma and came to the hospital every week for respiratory treatment. This sparked an idea. He went to a flower shop and bought out their entire stock. Then he disguised himself as a doctor and slipped into the hospital. He trapped the female terrorist in a glass chamber, pulled out a large bag of pollen, disconnected the air hose from the room, and shoved it into the pollen-filled bag. The woman instantly began coughing violently. Mike seized the moment and demanded the location of their leader, but the soundproof glass made it impossible to hear her answer. Seeing she was collapsing, Mike opened the door. A mistake. She lunged at him, knocked him to the ground, and bolted for the exit. Though Mike had a gun, fear froze him from firing. Just as she was about to escape, a speeding car came out of nowhere and hit her. Seeing she was motionless, Mike grabbed her phone and ran from the scene. Using her phone, Mike arranged a meeting with another one of his enemies. The thug showed up at the rendezvous, only to find several large crates waiting. Before he could react, a phone on a bench rang. It was Mike telling him the boxes were filled with gold and that he should open them to confirm. But the moment the thug lifted the lid, he triggered the bomb inside. The device was rigged with a light beam. If he shut the lid, it would explode instantly. Before the thug could even process what was happening, Mike stepped into view.